Astrology is part of the Christmas story, and science, kinda. Also, the wise men don't belong in your manger scene. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. So the wise men were astrologers. They were people who studied the night sky for signs that helped them predict the future and predict and tell them what was going on in their time right then. But astrology in this time was different. It wasn't like your friend who's like really into astrology and asking everybody signs and asking about telling you about the phase of the moon when you were born and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, kind of. But at this point, this was a profession. This was something that somebody would dedicate their entire life to, not their spare time and when they met new people asking them their sign. They had charts and maps and writing and study, all of which in the ancient world would have cost a significant amount of money to procure, and you had to have a significant amount of resources at your disposal just to be able to study them. And so that's why one of my professors said that astrology today, the modern practice of astrology, though it is very much related to what the wise men were doing in its spirit and in its knowledge, the better term for them in our modern world is scientist. And for some it can sound weird to pair astrology and science, but scientific method hadn't been invented yet. And so what do you call the people who study something deeply and just pore over data and research looking for the meaning of reality? Well, you call them, in the modern world, scientists in general. But this is why they don't belong in your manger. Because if you read the story in the Bible, these were people from the East, from a long distance away, and they were doing their thing as scientists of the sky and studying the night sky, and they found some sort of marker in the sky that implied that a king of some significance, significant enough to be announced by the stars, was born in this area of the ancient Near East. And then they got ready to embark on what could have been a couple years journey. It's not exactly clear where they were coming from, but just think about the kind of planning and resources you have to get ready in order to go on a trip for a couple of months, let alone a couple of years. That took a lot. So if you're gonna take the account in the Bible for what it is, and I would say that they all deserve academic, rigorous investigation. But if you're going to take that story and just sort of make a manger scene out of it, the wise men don't need to get there for a couple of years. Like, if the wise men are there, that Jesus shouldn't be a baby anymore. He should be a toddler. But I think one of the coolest parts of this, and the thing that can help us as we're trying to find beliefs that work for us, is that this part of the story shows that God isn't trying to limit who gets to engage with the movement of God. In fact, the whole world is wrapped up in it from the very beginning. And this realization that the story of Jesus is really about God trying to let everybody in and make the movement of God accessible to all the people is news to nobody except for our fundamentalist friends who want to tell us that really the Jesus story is about God trying to keep people out. Well, that's unless you respond to an altar call and say a 4-sentence prayer. Then you get in. Otherwise, you're out.